that now are better. I get capital. I help my people to get cheddar. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish. I should have been in prison. Don't boy remorse, no cases pinned. I got the road is flooded, soaking wet, but ain't been swimming. I'm the man now, ain't I? Work a plan now, can't I? I remember when you lame playing.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Washington Commanders. Push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Mercer. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. The 30. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going the long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. Able to make the catch there.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Michael Pittman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And now, Charles, they're working with a short field, a chance to make this a 2-score game, and these guys haven't even worked into a lather yet here in the first quarter.
Yeah, how about that? You score, you take it away, get an excellent return, and now you've got a chance to go up 2 scores in this game.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in this. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. It's their cornerback scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14-0.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers and quickly.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Commanders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. There's Chris Olave. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score already down 21.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this game, Charles, much talked about coming in. And you think there's a real chance this is a Super Bowl preview?
I do, because as things stand, and I'll give you a little bit of a caveat here, that maybe things will shake out a little bit if someone loses along the way. But here we are right now. These are your two current #1 seeds, and I think they're both good enough to make it to the big game. Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Mercer. Connecting here with Pittman on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play, because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Back to throw. Mercer. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there, because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On 2nd and a yard, Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around. And we know they'll be here before you know it.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Mahomes going to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Mahomes now to throw. The quick slant caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Mahomes now on the sneak, trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got him. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now it's going to bring up 4th down.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Butker's kick here is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 47 yards, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is up to 18 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet?
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
After the sack on first down, Mahomes going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.